and welcome to Dateline Lagos. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Coming up, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu commissions Lagos Ogun Network Roads, Abeson Youth Center at Jeremy Local Government Secretariat, and the 2021 Executive and Legislative Parley. This week is mainly focusing on projects which has been commissioned by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. One of such is the Lagos-Ogun boundary network of roads in Alimosho area to help reduce travel time for neighboring communities.
This is the new look of the Lagos-Ogun boundary road in Agbado-Okeodo local council development area of Lagos, with a total length of over 6 kilometers. The second phase of the boundary road project, which is parallel to the Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway, is a functional alternative for motorists. Another network of roads delivered by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu connecting Ota from Abule Egba, Meron and Alagbado to reduce travel time.
It's a fulfillment of the determination of Mr. Governor to stimulate growth of satellite settlements and border communities by extending infrastructure development, thereby promoting economic development and improving the living conditions of people in every part of the state. 14 months backwards, we did commission the 31 network of roads in Ojokoro. And so this is like a continuation of this. It's a party with a vision. When you know where you are going, it's like a roadmap. It's not difficult to just ski along it and then move on. The second phase of the Lagos-Ogun boundary network of roads involves the construction of 4 roads with a bridge to improve connectivity with the neighboring Ogun state, while providing multiple travel options within local government. The scope of the project includes the construction of dual carriageway road with reinforced concrete drains, cover slabs and walkway on both sides of Old Ota Road, which also has a reinforced concrete bridge roads with reinforced concrete drains, cover slabs and walkway on both sides of Adekoya, Makinde and Suberi Oje streets. Provision of cross culverts and outfall drains at specific locations and laybys along Old Ota Road. Street lights that are powered LED lights, so luminous, so you are sure that you're not consuming so much electricity.
Governor Sanwo-Olu asked residents to take ownership of the road and ensure it's not destroyed.
This shows, more importantly, that a premium of our administration places on building infrastructural deficit as a strategy to creating an enabling environment for economic prosperity, improvement of the living condition of our people. Without doubt, these roads will enhance connectivity, it will shorten distance, it will improve the travel time, it will reduce the loss that we have on traffic, and it will reduce the stress of commuting from one state to another. And we're happy that we've been able to put this model infrastructure in place for our people. As beneficiaries, we must note that the adequate and functional maintenance of this infrastructure is the responsibility of all of us, not only government. So we're handing over these roads to you the KBACs, to you the chiefs, to you the ballets, to you the community CDCs, to the religious bodies, to all of our community leaders, and to our teeming residents here. Let us see this as an investment for your tomorrow. Let us see this as an investment that government has brought to your community.
Residents are grateful that they will no longer be subjected to congestion on the roads.
My people, can you stand up for the governor? Stand up for the governor. This is our governor. This is our own. This is man of history. This is man of destiny. This is the man that is raising the aspiration of the people.
The people of Agbado-Okeodo, they are highly elated today. Because of wonderful things you have done to us. We have been suffering from traffic since the express. We cannot go through the express again because of the construction going on there. In fact, we have just run from end to end today. You met us at the junction there. We say thank you. On behalf of my people, Agbado-Okeodo SCDA, the palace, the Abbas, they say a big thank to you.
Then the governor makes his way to Abeson, also in Alimosho local government area, to commission the remodeled Youth Development Center.
It provides a functional and aesthetically pleasing youth center with quality finish, The Ministry of Youth and Social Development will always remain welcoming to embrace collaboration with various voluntary youth organizations, NGOs, corporate bodies, amongst others, in the implementation of projects and programs geared towards molding the character of young people positively in the community.
The aim of this project is to provide an enabling environment for youths to thrive.
We will cultivate the healthy youth population that is not only vibrant, that is not only self-reliant, but that is entrepreneurial in spirit, that they are very industrious, and they will, by the grace of God, be gainfully employed. It is in line with this that the state government conceived the idea of building modern youth centers with the state-of-the-art facilities across the state. Of course, there will be vocational training in all of these centers that will have opportunity for catering, tailoring, fashion making, shoe making, hairdressing. Well, it has a football pitch, it has a basketball pitch, it has an ICT room, and other things that will be needed in different areas of our youth development. As a government, we will play our part in eradicating the menace of the substance abuse. I think that is one of the major things that is also hitting our community, and we cannot be shy away from it. That's why at this center, they will be equipped with a counseling room, because we know that when we have a problem, don't let us put the problem under the carpet. Let us bring it up, let us discuss it, let us talk about it so that we can solve the problem together. I articulated my administration's plan to focus on youth engagement and social work as a means of promoting equitable economic prosperity for all Lagosians. We have not deviated from this plan. We are determined to meaningfully engage our youth, which is why this youth center is being replicated in other parts of the state. I can assure you that this is not the only one. Other ones that have reached about 70 to 80% are the youth center in Ikeja, the youth center in Badagry, the youth center in Epe, the one in Obalende, Ikoyi Obalende, the youth center in Orilia Agege, the youth center in Ibejuleki. All of them, by the grace of God, we're projecting that we should commission all of them this year.
The newly remodeled Abeson Youth Center, located in a serene environment, has a multi-purpose hall, ample parking spaces, gymnasium, counseling room, office space, computer room, vocational training rooms, and a children's play area.
Governor Sanwo-Olu this time visited Ajeromi Ifelodun area of Lagos to commission the local government secretariat, which was destroyed during the NSAS protest. And residents of the area also got a primary health care center to cater for their health needs.
Ajeromi Ifelodun is the third largest local government area in Lagos State, behind Alimosho and Oshodi Solo. Disaster struck in this area late last year as its local government secretariat was one of the public properties destroyed by hoodlums who took advantage of the NSAS protest as youths called for an end to police brutality and other related abuse. But the business of governance must not be hindered, and in a bid to keep activities going here, it now wears a new look and is set to continue rendering services to residents in the area.
Some hooligans attacked Ajeromi local government area under the guise of NSAS protesters. 89 vehicles were razed. They carted away properties worth millions of naira after they invaded and ransacked sensitive offices, vandalized the customary court, looted and destroyed a bank inside the council secretariat. The psychological effect of this barbaric act took our administration in Ajeromi local government area 10 years backward. As my administration began the rebuilding process, our pragmatic and proactive governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, boosted our morale with his timely visit. The Ajegule spirit of being resilient became intensified as we marched to rejuvenate these edifices under 3 months. For it is often said that every cloud has a silver lining. Aesthetic beauty has been added to our secretariat after it was attacked by vandals and arsonists. The refurbished council secretariat comes with aquaboard cladding and aluminium fittings in the legislative building. We are certain in our humble submission that the new look council secretariat is one of the best in the grassroots across Lagos State and Nigeria.
Lagos State was one of the hardest hit by the looting and destruction in the aftermath of the protest, with the government announcing that it may cost up to 1 trillion naira to get things back on track. It's been a steady process, but one that's yielding results, and Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is delighted to be here as the local government secretariats get back into full swing.
I am truly excited and I'm truly impressed with the commitment you have shown, but not only you. Your council manager, your council treasurer, your council auditor, and all the staff of Ajeromi local government. You are the true heroes of this event. Whoever think that they can divide us, they need to think again. And that in the midst of the divide, we will come back, we will come stronger, and we will come bigger. Together we can do it even bigger and better. I want to commend you. I want to thank you because indeed you have demonstrated to everyone that no matter how the difficult times are, with a sense of purpose and a determination, you can come out from the ruins. For us, as a government, is to ensure that we do not leave anybody behind. We are not lost on the events that led to some of these unforeseen incidents. And that's why, for us in this part of the state, we must ensure that we are our brother's keeper. We must ensure that we live in peace and in harmony, that we do not allow ethnicity, we do not allow religion, we do not allow tribal conflicts or disagreements to come in between us. Together, when we do it together, we can do it better and stronger. And this is what is shown here today. This local government secretariat will serve everybody, in respect of your tribe, in respect of your race, in respect of your religion. What we're doing here will begin to build and will begin to heal whatever our grievances, whatever must be the pain that each one of us have suffered.
Your Excellency, sir.
There's more good news for residents of this area as Governor Sanwo-Olu also commissions a state-of-the-art primary healthcare center to serve the people of Amukoko and its environs. The fully equipped facility is estimated to serve 5,000 people in 5 local councils, a positive turnaround for residents in this area.
We're actually taking over a comprehensive health facility. My Commissioner for Health have discussed with me and has said that this is a first-class facility, that indeed he just needs a little bit of tweaking to meet all of our needs, but that it said that this is an A+ facility, and I want to thank you and commend you. But the thank you is not just only for this facility. It's also listening to your speech, all of your very modest effort all around in education, in health, and in public works that you're doing. I want to thank you and I want to commend you. You've challenged us as a government. You've said to us that we need to give to you 1 or 2 secondary schools, and you will get those secondary schools. Let us continue to live in peace and harmony amongst ourselves, in respect of your tribe, in respect of your ethnicity, in respect of your religion. We are one nation, we are one country, we are one Nigeria.
The primary healthcare center has a triage station with an emergency room, extra departments, labor room, among others.
Lagos State held its 16th Executive and Legislative Parley focusing on how to rebuild the state. Now, both the federal and state governments have decided to work as a team in remodeling the commercial nerve center of the nation. Take a look.
A party chairman who is also a member of the GAC
It's the 16th Lagos State Executive and Legislative Parley, centered on a consensus agenda for rebuilding Lagos. Gathered here are federal and state legislators as well as current and past executives of the Lagos State government, all taking part in this year's discussion. The Special Assistant to the Governor on Civic Engagement kickstarts the event.
As if the COVID-19 pandemic was not bad enough, the NSAS protest, which was unanticipated, reared its head and left in its trail an unimaginable destruction of public and private properties in the state. This act by the protesters informed the choice of the theme of the 16th edition of this parley, which is a consensus agenda for rebuilding Lagos.
When Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu takes the stage, he emphasizes that Lagos can only be rebuilt when we rebuild ourselves. He also chips in that the foundation of the 4th Mainland Bridge will become a reality before the end of the year.
To rebuild Lagos is to rebuild ourselves. To rebuild Lagos is to rebuild our party, which we're doing. To rebuild Lagos is to rebuild our infrastructure. To rebuild Lagos is to rebuild a whole lot of our health, infrastructural, and human challenges that we have. And this has created a unique opportunity for us to set an agenda not only for the next decade, but for the next 3 decades of Lagos. We have an opportunity to change the course of our state and to put it on a pedestrian that it will survive for the next 10 and 20 and 30 years ahead. We have set an economic agenda that we believe could change the course of conversation in Lagos. We're on the course of doing an 18-kilometer, 6-lane highway from Eleko Junction to Ekpe. We're on a course to complete the 2 rail projects that we started several years back, both the Blue Line and the Red Line. Before the end of your administration, we will complete and we will see train move on those 2 rail lines. It's a commitment we've given Lagosians, and it's a commitment that we see will come to fruition. People have asked me, and they said, how about 4th Mainland Bridge? And I said, we did not politically promise 4th Mainland Bridge, but we're going to do 4th Mainland Bridge. With your prayers and by the grace of God, Almighty God, we shall turn the sword and lay the foundation for the building and construction of that 4th Mainland Bridge before the end of this year. We're on course to ensure that that 37-kilometer ring road is on track, which will change the face of transportation and movement in Lagos.
Mr. Speaker, another round here, please. Thank you.
The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, is part of this party, and his contribution is that unity is the key to the growth of Lagos.
Surviving challenges and marching on towards progress and prosperity is the story of Lagos State. It has always been. Amidst the global pandemic, despite the protests and upheavals, and all the other varied challenges, Lagos remains the center of innovation, the preferred destination for investment, and home to more Nigerians than anywhere else in the country. The governor, his cabinet members, state legislators, and other departments of the state government are not alone in this rebuilding process. You have the unwavering support of members of the National Assembly from this state. Well, Lagos State is a trust placed in the hands of all of us who serve in government. And we must show that we are worthy of the responsibility to honor and preserve that trust. This gathering is an opportunity for an honest appraisal of what we are and what we need to do to recover what is lost. It's easy to rebuild and to put a building here and to put a structure there. But when you don't rebuild your mind, when you don't rebuild the people that will occupy that building, then that building is exactly what it is, just an edifice. We need unity across the arms of government, both executive and the legislative arm. Now, this unity does not mean subservience by one arm to the other, and it's not a justification for failure to hold each other to the highest standards. The way the Lagos State government has come together to seek solutions to problems, confront and overcome challenges jointly is a testimony to what can be achieved when we work together.
He also uses the opportunity to assure Lagosians that the COVID-19 vaccine will be distributed across the state.
We're all expectant of the COVID vaccine. And I believe every member from Lagos State in the National Assembly will pursue very vigorously and make sure that a good large number of those vaccines come to Lagos. And I don't think this is even debatable by any yardstick. Lagos is the most populated in terms of density and in terms of even the COVID itself being the epicenter when it broke. So I believe we will push and push hard to make sure that the vaccines get to every Lagosian.
Another top government official, the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, sends a message of positivity across the state, saying there's no better time than now to work as a team to achieve the Lagos everyone dreams of.
Engaging the governance institution, particularly the policymakers, the need to come together, to connect, to interact. And the most important thing about it is the abstract aspect of it, that is the commitment, the passion, the love that we have to bring into this together, be it the House of Assembly, be it the executive, be it the judiciary. There's a need to come together and think beyond the physical thing so that we can achieve this purpose. If it is on paper, without that passion, without that interest, it might take long to achieve the purpose of consensus agenda. Beyond this, we must also consider the private governance or the corporate governance who are in charge of our daily trade, commerce, investment, who serves as the engine that roll our financial development in the state. We must engage them and involve them in all we want to do.
The message from this party is that rebuilding and remodeling of Lagos State is a collective exercise that must be achieved by the federal and the state government, as well as the private sector and all Lagosians, to change the face of the commercial capital.
It's not an ordinary test you can do anywhere. If you're not careful, you will infect the person who is doing the test.
We have nasal collection and we have oral. At the same time, we have sputum collection, which we are going to produce inside sputum cup. So if you are not well trained to go into that region of nose to pick sample, because you have to make yourself, the patient, comfortable.
I remember there was a time a friend of mine sent me a message that let me prepare your mind. That test is very painful. So I got scared. I was supposed to be part of the first people to take the test. I had to run away first. So later I summoned the courage and I came down.
We've got a limited number of testing capacity by virtue of the limited number of reference laboratories, the limited number of people who have the right expertise to do that test, and the limitation in terms of the numbers of tests that you can run in a day.
Before sample collection, you have to label, which is very, very important. Because at times, you might find two names with two initials. For example, if you have two Adeoye, A-O, another person can be Adeoye, A-O. So you have to write out the names in full. And age will play an important role. There is no how Adeoye, A-O, the two of them will be at the same age. Name, sex, age, date. They are key factors in sample labeling.
When they told us that they are going to run tests on us, we were told that it's not up to 24 hours. So the first test that came out was 48 hours.
With the public saying, well, there are all these rapid tests available, why are you not deploying them? We're not deploying them because they have inherent risks. And a validation process can take up to a month.
The federal government has successfully evacuated the first batch of Nigerians struck abroad amid the coronavirus pandemic.
It's not a domesticated disease. It's something that is going to be imported by Nigerians that have traveled abroad or by foreigners that are traveling into the country. So what strategy we need to put in place to quickly be able to block the border post and stop the influx? It took a while, before it happened, but it finally happened.
A message was sent to us that if you want to evacuate, that we should send our passport details to the embassy.
At some point, I was almost losing my mind, sincerely, because I felt, hey, if anything happens to me here, nobody's going to even know.
We wanted to know, are we coming back to sort ourselves out, or are we coming back on the government taking care of us?
When a patient comes in, from the toothpaste to the bed sheet to the breakfast, lunch and dinner, the government has been providing everything.
Once you come very early and you commence your medication, the chances of you going home alive is almost 100%.
Okay, so I'm going to check it today. It's oxygen.
I actually contracted the virus. I went into isolation, I took my medications, and I got well, and I'm back to work.
And that's where the program ends for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Until next time, please stay safe.